thing on? Hey, gang, and welcome to another episode of The Jace Perspective. I am your host, Terrible Ass Jace. All right, so sidebar, please don't take anything that I say seriously because I don't even take anything that I say seriously, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and flow into it. Happy Sunday, y'all. Yes, short and sweet Sunday we're going to call tonight, all right? All right, so Proud Mary. Apparently, PDF files ain't just men. Apparently, okay. So what's happening? Danny Boy, former death row artist, has been recorded on camera doing an interview, making claims against none other than Queen of Hip Hop R&B, Mary J. Blige. Curiouser and curiouser. These claims are basically saying that she allegedly groomed him. Now, Danny Boy states that he was about 15. I was trying to find the name of the documentary, couldn't find it, but this of course was a clip someone had posted on Twitter. And it basically was him on camera. He was doing like an interview and sorry, right in my face. It was like, think, okay. So anyway, he's sitting on a couch. He's doing some kind of interview where he's being asked to recant his dealings with Mary J. Blige. Now, Danny Boy stated that when he was 15/16 and Mary J. Blige was 24 at the time, she was flying him out to see her. She would constantly back up into him, which would in turn make him hard as a rock, meaning his underage dick would become extremely aroused and erect, extremely hard, okay? This would then turn into relations. Now, this is all Danny Boy verbally recanting this, okay? Danny Boy reiterates a story where they were in a room together and had ordered food and drinks, and then there was a knock on the door. She allegedly jumped off the couch, all excited and anxious, and she runs to hide behind the couch. So he said, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, wow, why would she run and jump and hide behind a couch of all things? After allegedly jumping off the couch and running behind the couch, according to Danny Boy, Mary J. Blige says, and I quote, "Make sure that's not Kay." And he wasn't sure who Mary meant at the moment, but she was actually referring to Casey of Casey and JoJo. As you all know, whoever is on is in the age group where Mary J. Blige and Casey from Jodeci were a thing, you would remember that this was a fact. So anyway, Danny Boy said he wasn't quite sure who she meant at the moment, but she was referring to Casey. Danny Boy then said he told Mary she didn't have to worry about anything with him sitting there, that she was straight. Now, basically what straight is back in the day, us folks in that time era, if you was like, want to let you know that you were good, you were cool, you ain't got nothing to worry about, you're protected pretty much. We would say, no, you straight, you cool, you straight, you good. That means you're good, straight, good. Okay. Lessons in 90s slang. The Ebonic flow. Get into it. Oh, God. Damn. Those were the days. All right. He tells of another moment when he was sitting on a couch and Mary J. Blige comes over, lays down on the couch, and lays her head in his lap. Danny Boy said he would think to himself, okay, so what is this going to lead up to? She ended up staying with him in his room for a couple of more hours, and they went into one of the rooms because where they were at that time was a hotel suite. He said once they went to his room in the suite, she would back up into him. So when I say back up into him and make him hard, basically, spooning. So, you lay down and you are spooning with your lover, and the woman will turn her ass toward the man and scooch back, scooch the ass, the curve of the ass and fit into the crevice of where the dick is. Y'all know. And their dick gets hard. And then you just kind of slide them panties to the side. Now, Slide in. Okay. This is what Danny Boy is talking about with Mary. She would back, and Mary was not a skinny girl. Mary had hips and a little fatty, so she she would back up into him, and his first instinct, Danny Boy said, was to move away from her. Then more opportunities presented themselves for him to see her, which he took, and he went to see her a few more times. So as much as I love Mary J. Blige, and this is killing me to say that this is her, but we not gonna go quiet now. We're not gonna do that. Wrong is wrong. And unfortunately, Mary J. Blige was wrong as fuck for this. To me, that's not a forgivable thing. To groom someone when you are 21 and over and you know better and they don't, you groom. That's not cool. So the same way that all I'm saying is the same way that we are currently headhunting these PDF file men in the industry who have been accused of these kind of grooming incidents and sexual misconducts. I'm going to say, that we need to hold that same energy. The same energy that we are holding for Puff, we need to hold for Mary. And Danny Boy is on camera saying this. He's sitting having an interview. These are not quotes. These are not articles. These are not case suits. This is him saying this. Danny Boy was 15/16 and Mary was 24 years old. Mary J. Blige. Beyond knowing better. And all these men, and you was dealing with Casey? Girl, you just was, you was greedy. So, we when it comes to, like the industry men like Diddy and R. Kelly, we need to keep the same energy for these women in the industry or period, grooming ass women, especially when we have receipts and we have proof. We need to hold this same energy. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So unfortunately, though, I don't think it's going to happen because, and it's unfortunate, but it's like, it seems like the black community doesn't always care when it's a woman doing it to a boy. When it's a woman R-wording and essaying a young boy, it's almost kind of like celebrated. Has always been weird as fuck to me. But, it's not. I'm just saying we need to stop normalizing the excusing of women who do this to these young men. And very possibly these young women. If we hanging men from the trees for doing these dirty deeds, we need to go ahead and hang some chicks as well. Gender does not make a crime any less crime-ish. Candace Owens, an American conservative political commentator, author, activist, and television presenter, is on her soapbox again. And she is basically calling for a ban on men watching porn. And Candace Owens tweeted, she said, ban pornography. It is a psychological weapon intended to weaken our men. Let me guess, Candy Girl. So you must have caught the hubby looking up on one of his favorite porn engines. He must have been looking up thick white chicks taking the BBC. And the BBC, for those of you who don't know, is Big Black Cock. All right, just in case you ain't familiar. The BBC, the Big Black Cock. Okay. So I will say this. First of all, Candace Owens, ma'am, men are not the only ones who watch porn. Women watch it too and enjoy it. We gonna gasp and clutch our pearls, y'all, because it's just men over here watching porn. It's just men enjoying being sexual creatures. Who knew? Who knew that only men did that? Okay, I mean, why do you think they make things like the magic wand, the rose, the rabbit, clitoral vibrators, vaginal vibrators? We got the rabbits. What else we got? Bullets, vibrating panties. Shall I go on? I'm just saying, what the entire fuck, Miss Candace? You acting like you don't have sex, girl. Okay, so by you calling a ban on porn for men, you are also putting a ban on the personal enjoyment for women as well. Candace, keep your man in check with the porn and stop trying to police everybody else. There are other grown people in the world who would like to enjoy private moments activities in their own private moments without one grown person, your ass, trying to police a bunch of other people. If you don't want to watch porn, then you can stop trying to, but don't try to do a ban, okay? And it's crazy because the prudish, like, so this is prudish to me. You acting all prudish. You acting all prudish. You're doing your best, girl, to portray this overly wholesome image. You know, oh, we're banning porn because it's just so bad. And I would never. My husband would never. Okay. Let me tell you something. From being somebody that was around these overly prudish women, AKA in the church. I don't know if y'all know about them church girls, but I know about them church girls. I know about them super conservative girls and ladies. Y'all doing some of the most buck wildest shit. Y'all doing, let me tell you something. Y'all doing the wildest shit behind doors. I would be willing to bet that if somebody had a secret camera and they went to Candace Owens and Mr. Owens' house, they would find the illest sex dungeon down there. They probably got some people wrapped up in there too, tied up, chained to the wall. Girl, you ain't fooling nobody, Candace Owens. Put it like this. Those who live in a glass house can throw the first stone, and you do not live in any glass house by any means. You or your husband. Candace, girl, put your little rocks away. Go ahead, just toss them, put them back in the dirt, because you don't need to use them, okay? Oh, I'm so wholesome. I'm virginal. I only been touched twice. On May 29th, a tweet went out regarding an article by Rolling Stone regarding more fodder, regarding the violent nature and outburst of disgraced industry demon Sean Combs. And the article states, I will pull it up. Where are you? I just had it. Rolling Stone did a 6-month investigation and reached out to over 300 people to conduct dozens of interviews with Diddy's former friends, acquaintances, employees, and bad boy artists. People who attended Howard College with Combs allege his history of abuse has started decades before he abused Cassie. One classmate recalled Combs outside of the Harriet Tubman quadrangle dorm and started screaming in a quote-unquote belligerent manner for his girlfriend to come outside. Belligerent is very aggressive, very loud, very imposing. Belligerent is almost damn near scary, very threatening. The classmate says other women soon began running through the halls, knocking on doors in a panic. They were sounding the alarm that Combs, known then by his nickname Puff, was attacking the young woman outside, she recalls. Puff is out here acting crazy. He's beating her, quote unquote, the fellow students said, according to the classmate. He screamed and hollered and acted a stoned fool until she came downstairs, quote unquote. She says Combs used what appeared to be a belt to strike the young woman all over the place, quote unquote. The witness says Combs appeared super angry and was screaming at the top of his lungs. She says he whooped her butt, like really whooped her butt, quote unquote. The witness says that the woman was clearly terrorized. She was trying to defend herself a little bit. She was crying, and we were telling him, get off of her. We were screaming for her. Also, according to World Star Hip Hop, the feds have reportedly obtained surveillance video showing a male sex worker being, quote unquote, victimized by Diddy inside of one of his homes. And they are currently in the process of contacting more individuals identified on the tapes, according to World Star Hip Hop. And to round things out for this edition of Speaking of the Devil, The Art of Dialogue tweeted on May the 30th, Notorious B.I.G.'s mother, Valletta Wallace, on Sean Diddy Combs. And Valletta quotes, I hope that I see Sean one day and the only thing I want to do is slap the daylights out of him. You can quote me on that, she adds, because I liked him. I didn't want to believe all the awful things, but I am so ashamed and embarrassed. And on a closing side note, as all of these debacles are coming out about Diddy, Howard University has officially revoked Sean Diddy Combs' honorary degree. Well, Sean Combs, I guess everybody that prayed and prayed for your downfall is finally getting what the fuck they asked for, okay? And we love to see it all in real time. And just like that, I'm out. Short and sweet Sunday. I promise y'all, I'm gonna get back on track. I know this was like a 2 week hiatus, Jace be bullshitting. Okay, so I'm, but I miss y'all. It's a lot going on. Y'all know school is out and blah blah blah, and y'all don't want to hear that. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all next time. Bye.